Welcome back to my channel. My name is Trace. If it is your first time here on my corner of YouTube, I create lifestyle content, a little bit of all of the things that I love. So that could be cooking videos, beauty unboxings, DIYs, and that's just to name a few. I do create long form and short form content. So if any of that sounds like your jam, do your girl a favor and you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button so you join me in all of the fun. Now in today's video, if you saw the title, you know that we are going to be doing a meal prep, and I've really been enjoying sharing my meal preps with everyone, and it seems to resonate with most of my audience well, and I'm happy for that. Now today we are going to be doing another healthy meal prep. Yes, we are on a journey, and I just want to say a lifestyle journey. I keep calling it a weight loss journey because I mean there is a number attached to it, but it's generally a lifestyle. It's just creating healthy habits, cultivating those habits, and just going back to what I used to do. So this week the menu is going to be a chicken and eggplant based recipe. Then I'm also going to have my egg white egg bites, of course, or my egg bites. I need to stop saying egg white, but I used to make them with egg bites, so it's customary for me to just say it like that. And then we are making something that seems to be having a resurgence. It's the protein bagels. I know them formally as the 2-ingredient dough bagel. That's what I know them as, but they're having a resurgence. I did do a short video where I shared my recipe on how to make them. And yeah, we're just gonna dive into that. There'll be a few other things that I'm going to put on the menu this week. It's just about cultivating those meals so that I have a successful week. I don't have to worry about what I'm gonna make because it's already made for me. And if I want anything else, then I can just make it. And usually the anything else is just quick and easy, whipping up a salad of some sort, something quick, a snack. So if you're here for the meal prep, let's dive on in and let's get to cooking. Let's cook some good, tasty, wholesome food. Okay, so if you can hear that drip in the back, ignore it. It's just my faucet or the pipe. It's just draining and it keeps going doop, doop, doop. But anyway, so these are the ingredients that we're going to need for some of the prep. So these are the seasonings that I'm going to use to season up my chicken, give the food some flavor. I'm also going to make a sauce, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So I do have some green beans, I have an eggplant, I have 2 little onions here, and then I have a garlic clove, well, a head of garlic, but I'm going to use the cloves. So this stuff that I've pulled, I'm going to season my meat. I need to chop up the eggplant, and I'm gonna go ahead, season up my meat. We're gonna make the sauce together so that we have a marinade for the food, but we also have a marinade for the chicken, for our protein. So why don't I put you guys down and let's get into that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're going to make a teriyaki style sauce. So I have some Campbell's soup broth. I'm just going with the beef one. I think beef or chicken is fine, whichever one you have. I use the sodium reduced one. So I have about, I'm gonna say half a cup. You can make this to your liking. I'm just going with the base ingredients. Then I have some reduced sodium soya sauce. I'm hoping everything's in focus at this point. And then we're going to go with some sesame oil. And then we have some fish sauce. Now this I believe is not in focus. It's so tricky because there's so many things going on. There we go. So that's better. And this, use it to your taste. I know that it's a particular taste and not everybody likes it. And then we have some brown sugar. So I'm just going to go ahead, sprinkle it in. I have about a tablespoon and a half. So I don't want it super sweet. I'm going to give it a mix. Now, if you want it thickened, you can use cornstarch to thicken it, but am not particular and I don't really care if it's super thick. So this we will use for marinating. We marinate our chicken, and then we will also go ahead and use it when we're cooking so that it can still give it some flavor. And that's that. As you can see, it's more on the liquid side, and that's okay. If you want it thicker, you could add cornstarch, as I said, or you could even add a little bit more sesame oil. But that's how we make a homemade teriyaki sauce, or teriyaki inspired sauce. That's a little bit on the healthier side. So there we have it. So the crazy thing is, I was sitting here chatting to the camera. I thought I had pressed record. I didn't. I went ahead and I started to season my chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and stir this because I'm gonna have to add more seasoning to it, as you can see in the center. Actually, I don't know if you can really see because of the angle of the camera that I have you all on. I wanted more of a shot on the bowl because you can see the chicken. But either way, rookie mistake, but that's fine. You guys will get to see the seasoning. So I'm going in with onion powder. I'm being very liberal with some of these because they're not high calorie. Like, there's not a lot of salt in them. They're basically the herb but grounded. So this is garlic powder that I'm going in with. I love me some garlic, so that's definitely going to be a must. Then I'm going with some white pepper. Actually, this is white and black pepper that's mixed together. So that is that. Then we have some thyme that I'm going to sprinkle in. And I already put some pink Himalayan salt in beforehand, so I'm not going to do that. But then what I am going to do before I mix it, I'm going to take the teriyaki sauce that we made, and I'm just going to go ahead and drizzle some in. I would say about a quarter of the mixture is good, because you want to leave another bit for when you cook it. So giving it a nice mix so that everything is coated and everything takes up a little bit of that hot flavor. Okay. So I'm going to let that rest because I need to chop an onion and some scallions, and the garlic I haven't chopped that just. Okay, so next up we're making something that I absolutely forgot about, but it's been a cult classic if you've been on any weight loss journey. These have been around for some time, but they made a resurgence, and they're called the protein bagel. Mind you, they've been the 3-ingredient bagel for some time. So I have some Greek yogurt, some lactose free. I'm gonna go. So the standard recipe is 1 cup of Greek yogurt, 1 cup of flour. So it's literally, the ratio is so simple to make. So I'm just scooping. You could probably see me off to the side a little bit depending on how much of the camera is picking this up. But I'm gonna go with 2 cups. So this should make me roughly probably like 12 mini bagels. I don't make really big bagels. I like to stretch it so that I have more to go off of. Like, these are so good for a quick, and when I say quick, pop that in the air fryer if you need to warm them up. I'm gonna apologize for any noise if it's your first time here. and you made it this far. I live in an apartment, so I'm in the basement, and essentially people are up. It's the weekend, right? So we have our 2 cups of Greek yogurt. I'm gonna go in with 2 cups of flour. I have my measuring cups here, so I always have a cup in my flour. That way it makes things a little bit easier. Now I will say, when working with this, it can be a little bit challenging. Like the dough gets sticky. So I like to go with like a dash more of flour, and then when you're kneading it and rolling it out, you can add more flour to it. So I'm just going ahead and I'm sprinkling a little bit of pink Himalayan salt in there. Now what I love about these is you can make sweet, savory, you can make whatever concoction you want. I'm going in with a little bit of baking soda. Some people skip this, and I know why. Make it like, it can give it a really weird tinge flavor. And then I'm going in with baking powder. Again, I would say probably a teaspoon of baking powder does the job, and then like a pinch, so maybe half a teaspoon of baking soda. Now I give this a mix with my spoon or whatever implement I was using beforehand, before I dip my hands in here. I have an issue, and it's crazy. Like, I love dumplings, I love making bagels, like 2-ingredient dough bagels, but I'm a textures girl, and I don't like the feeling of it on my hands at first without like gloves or without that like initial mix. Nothing worse than having to try and peel wet, sticky flour off your hands. So what's really good about these is they're high in protein. So 1 serving of the lactose-free Greek yogurt, it says there's 17 grams of protein per serving, which is wild. So I understand why they're getting that name, that resurgence is the protein bagel. For me, it's the 2-ingredient dough bagel, and whatever works for you, right? So what I like about these is I can have them guilt-free as like my carb. So I'm not really eating a lot of bread at the moment. So this makes that good. And then if I want like a snack in the evening and I don't know what I'm really craving or feeling, I can throw one of these in the air fryer, and they're good. What more can I say? And again, the creations are endless. As I said before, you could do like a sweet bagel, you could do savory. This time around, I'm just going to do plain because I don't have any cheese. Well, I have cheese, but I don't feel like grating it. And then I don't have any everything bagel seasoning to put on top, or like sesame seeds, but you can do endless creations with these. So I'm happy with the dough. I know it's going to be sticky once I get into it. I'm just using, I just used all-purpose flour, but you could use a bread flour. You should probably use a bread flour, but I just use what I have on hand. I'm just going to spread a little bit of this on top, and then I'm going to let it sit so that I can let it kind of rise a little bit with the baking powder that's in there, the baking soda. And then we will come back, shape them, and you'll see what's popping. Flour, and then see, this is what I told you guys. The dough is sticky. I went to touch it, and it is so sticky, icky. So I'm gonna have to knead this some more, but that's okay. I'm gonna have to add flour to it actually to knead it. And I know to some this probably seems like I'm a big old princess because it's like I will not like touch it, or I don't want to touch it if it's gooey. But there's just something about wet flour. Too dry. It's a time. I mean that. Not in the best way possible. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, since it's the consistency or texture whereabouts that I want it to be, I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands off and then pop right back. Okay, so I'm back with dry-ish hands. Please ignore, we're just working with all of the elements. Like my drain. I literally just washed my hands. So that's what you're hearing. So the dough is at a consistency that I enjoy and that I can work with, and it won't be too bad to manipulate. As you see, it has like that bounce to it. It's got more bounce for the ounce. So yeah, that's that there. Oh, I didn't realize I was so close to you all. But as you can see, it's still going to be a little bit sticky, but it's workable. I'm sorry if the camera's shaking. I just realized I'm not the flattest of surfaces, so that's it there. So much for me trying to keep my hands moist. My hands moist, my hands dry, but it's just one of those things. It's like through the center of the dough. It's not the driest. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going to section these off. Really just, yeah, as you see, like, it's a mess. And don't let the internet fool you. Like, when people have like that really clean dough and they're showing you their 2-ingredient dough and it's just pretty, it took some work. And this is me showing you firsthand that it takes some work. So I will come back when it's time to shape these. Okay, so this is not for the week. What I've done is I took a ball, I'm rolling it into a ball, and then I'm going to roll it out. Kind of like you're making a dumpling if you've ever made dumplings. Yeah, so this is just not, it's not a vibe today. It's being very challenging, to say the least, to make this. No matter what I do, my hands are like plying this. What I think I might do next time, I've never tried this, but I'm gonna chill the dough. I don't know if you can see it, but it's sticking to my hands a lot. And I know that sometimes it does that, but this technique of rolling it on the cutting board is a little bit better. So I don't know if you saw, but I literally just connected the dots of the dough. I just want to stretch out the dough as much as possible. You can determine like what, how many you want to make and what size. So, and sometimes, like if you connect them, they may not connect the way that you want them to, but you just have to finesse it and play with it. Okay, so these are the bagels here. I've just made an egg wash, so it's 1 egg and some water. I don't have a brush, so I'm just using the spoon to coat the top of it. And I'm just going to continue to do that. I love them down. They're so easy to make, and I think that's what I love about them. I love them because they're just quick and easy. I can eat them on the go. I could literally hop in my car, be on my way to work, and eat them, and that's my breakfast. Or they make a really good snack. So I usually just put the ingredients in my bullet. So I have a Ninja bullet, and I just put them in there. So I have 6 eggs, I have some cottage cheese, I have a little bit of sour cream, and I just add the cottage cheese because it gives them that really fluffy texture, but then it doubles down on the protein that's in there. And I am back on my I'm on my weight loss journey. I've talked about it before, but egg bites are something that's never left the conversation. It never left the group chat. It's still in the group chat, very much so. So I'm just gonna go ahead, pour them in. I can be a little bit messy sometimes. I laugh because I think trying to pour it out of the bullet is not always the most easy thing to do, because it doesn't necessarily have a spout, right? So I'm literally just out here thugging it out, making a mess, and that's that. So sometimes I don't get the ratio right, and I think I might have been a little too heavy-handed with some of them, but it's okay. That's one thing. You can always just go back in, you can make more, you can literally get it to the last drop. Right now it looks like a catastrophe went off over here, but it's what I love about silicone. It's so easy to clean. You just take your rag, clean off the edges. If I didn't want to do this, then I could easily just let it cook, and then it'll be an easy pop and peel. So that's why I really love silicone trays. Guys, I apologize. I know it sounds like a freaking stampede is going off. Usually I isolate this, but you know what? I think I'm gonna leave this here so people can know that I am not lying on the phone when I say I've been thugged it out in this lovely apartment, and I am not lying when I say I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. But we'll talk about it another time. So yeah, that's them there. I'm gonna go ahead, pop them in the oven, and I'll pop right back. Okay, so I know y'all can probably see my phone charm in the back. I'm doing dual content, and it's been easy so far to try and finesse it, but I'm gonna just speak on it. So I have my eggplant here. We are going to go ahead and chop it. So when I was thinking of something to make, I wasn't sure what I had wanted. So I'm really trying my best to stay on my vegetables and really try and bulk my meals up. So veggies are going to be your go-to, your way to get it done. It's like a one and done. So I don't even know if I'm cutting this thing right. I should have probably done the right ways down the middle because it does have seeds, but either way, I washed it beforehand. So my goodness, this stem is very thick. Yeah, the stem is super thick. So what I think I might do is I might just pop it off when in doubt. So I'm gonna go into I guess little cubes is probably what I'm gonna do. I think that's a safe bet for these. Yeah. So again, I don't even know if I cut this properly. I should have gone vertical. Vertical or horizontal? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, because I don't know if they're supposed to. Yeah, that's what I should have done. I should have cut it through the center because, see, that's how I'm gonna get like the stem and the seeds out. It's okay. It's not that bad. What I can do is I can cut through it. That just seems like a lot to waste. I know that's going to be fibrous, so that's not Not a big deal. So I'm gonna get a bowl. I got the world's tiniest bowl, but that's okay. And the thing about this is I know that it'll cook them, so if they're not super small, it's okay. But yeah, when I went into my cupboard, I grabbed I'm actually really happy with how they turned out. They look really good. Sometimes it's finicky, like the 12-minute, 15-minute mark today did the trick, and I like the bread, like the flour there. It gives like that rustic look as if I went to a bakery and I bought them. Then we have the eggplant stir fry with some green beans there, the chicken breast, everything looks so good. And earlier I was talking about food waste and saving. So for my snack, I made cucumber and tomatoes. I have been wasting cucumbers. I'm guilty of it. I use them as like a side for salads, and then I go in my fridge and then I see that they're still there. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? So here we have it. I'm trying to get you guys a good angle. It's going to be hard. What I will do is I will do the angle that we do for social. So here we go. That's what it's looking like there. I know that this may or may not translate well when I go to edit, but hey, there's the final meal prep. Okay, so I've been trying to play with the lighting a little bit, but as you would see, we are finally done with the meal prep. Maybe I'll push you guys back a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I know it's never the ideal spot because of my door, but I love sitting down here. It's just nice, cozy. I'm in the living room. I really love this little corner. Plus I have the artwork behind me. I mean, the blankets are like poking up behind my head, but that's a different story. So yeah, as you would have seen, we got done with the prep. Them 2 ingredient dough bagels, protein bagels, whatever you want to call them, they are no joke in terms of like the stickiness and the texture wise. And I know we always see those clean, crisp montage videos of them looking bomb, hands clean. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not the case. that literally is obviously a lot of the behind the scenes cut out, and I get it for aesthetic, but I want people to know that if you're expecting that to be the aesthetic when you're doing it, just know that they are sticky, they're a little bit harder to manipulate, and that's just that. That's why I tend to leave those things in, and I want it to be as authentic and as real as it is happening as in the experience. Does it look pretty? Not necessarily, and it doesn't look pretty on my end either. So that's why I leave those bits in there, because it is what it is. That's what's happening. So yeah, that has been my go-to lately as a snack. I just like it because I generally don't eat a lot of bread, but having like a quick, healthier alternative is great because, again, it's made and the ingredients are so simple. There's so many preservatives that go into other bread, other bagels. So it's just good having alternatives and better options. So I love that. And I've really been just enjoying cooking in general at home and cooking meals that I like. As you've seen, we're making more hot sauces from scratch. We're really just enjoying the foods that we're making and finding different ways to have healthier meals that are going to be filling. So that's loading up on the veggies, and I have protein and I'm loading up there. So yes, I've just chatted a little bit, but again, I haven't picked up the camera in a minute, so I think just having this moment to chat is nice. But if you enjoyed my meal prep, please let me know if there's something in particular that you really liked. But yeah, let me know if there's something that you saw that you enjoyed. As always, I will do my best to leave the ingredients that I'm using or recipes in the description below. If I omit something, just drop me a comment. Most of you are really good at that. If I miss an ingredient, like if I list it but I don't put the quantity, you let me know and I'm glad to answer. So yeah, another meal prep done, another meal prep for the books. I am happy and set for the week. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day, evening, whatever time it is that you're seeing this. If you're seeing this when it drops, I hope you have a wonderful week. Even if you're seeing this after the fact, I hope you have a wonderful week, whatever part of the week that you're in. So again, if you do like this video, like, comment, share, subscribe, engage with me a little bit. Let's have a dialogue in my comment because I would love to hear. So let me know, do you meal prep? Is it something that you're trying to get into? Now, I've yapped and I've yapped for long enough. So take care, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.